back at it here. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one, Bill.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game in the perimeter.
Oh, out of space! And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Bearcats offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Motion from the back. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. The Bearcats racing to the line in the hurry up. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. To the air on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Headed to the end zone.
There's a couple of ways to deal with quarterbacks that can run like that so well. QB contain. Keep those ends outside and wide. Keep them in the pocket. And put a spy on it. Put a guy in the middle of the field who's really fast that has the ability to go get that guy when he takes off in situations like this.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back. Just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. Fitted in the window for the score. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They go to the ground. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
It's complete to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab on the back. Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to throw it. Get it out on the screen. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. Fighting off the defender. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Seminoles pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
The coaches told us in pregame that they love this back's mixture of speed and power. Listen, he's not the power back all the time, but he's moving so fast that it's hard to get him to the ground.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, no! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he tacks on the extra point.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Can't get him to the ground. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They'll give it to Johnson. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Bearcats are in the hurry-up.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the 1st down. They're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got 1st down. Let's go fast.
Tempo and overdrive. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Bearcats are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Complete to the right. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Cincinnati! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here he comes with the return. And the returner will be brought down. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. There he goes to the left. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Riley. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And this is a rhythm timing throw. They're in zone defense behind. Sometimes you got to wait for that second window to open up before you throw this slant. But not being on the same page, defense breaking on the football, that wasn't a great play by this offense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Quickly to the tight end. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Looking downfield on first down. He's got his man. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Wants to fire on second down. Immediately fires to the middle. Touchdown, Florida State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Makes the catch. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the right. Makes the catch. It's Smith. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Going to swing it on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Fletcher. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. They'll try to get the first through the air. And they can't make the connection on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball's incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And they've regained the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the catch. It's Riley.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He lets one fly deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. The Knowles come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Dumps it to the back. Caught close to the marker, it's Riley. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. They're working that left side. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback sneak, wedging himself into the line. The sneak scores it.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of the defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on.
And the Knowles will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They put points on the board in the first half but still find themselves in a hole.
If I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
Keep it on the ground. Makes it past the marker. Turns it on in midfield. Breaks into the open on the left. Huge like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Here comes the heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Second down, they'll go to the air. With the catch, it's Fletcher. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. And the Bearcats want to pick up the tempo. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He got it! And he won't be able to get it as the defense gets him down at the 1.
And that is a huge conversion on third and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking touchdown here, first and goal.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown Bearcats. They take the lead with the 6.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Okay, guys, the Florida State... returns to the field. Last time they had it, just an aerial assault. Precision execution, moved right down the field and put it in the end zone. This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. There he goes! No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Seminoles, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. The Seminoles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He wants to go deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And these balls thrown way down the field. This is a lot of times where you see those pass interference or receivers adjusting the ball and DBs not. This time you could tell the defender did a great job understanding where the ball was going, got his hand on it, made sure the receiver...
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And a... His return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, 3rd quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
The Bearcats come to the line in the hurry-up. Third down play from the gun. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. With the run on 1st and goal. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. Easy call for the ref. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. From the gun to give, looking for room. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. Brings into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. To the ground with the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Working that left side now. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon. You've got to find him in the passing game.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Inside the 30 at the 29, it's a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield.
That is just what this offense needed, man. A big play down the field, trying to score a touchdown, trying to take the lead late in this football game, but now they don't have to go super fast. They don't have to rush. Great play by this offense.
I'm sure they hope they don't have to exhaust all 4 downs, but it probably is 4-down territory as they look to take the lead with a touchdown. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown Seminoles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Off play action on first down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Back to pass. Grab near the marker is Crispin. Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. And this field goal might not put the game in the freezer, but it would ice it down pretty good. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. That last field goal looks like the game winner if they can keep them from getting in field goal range here right at the end. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. He's got it down the left. Touchdown, no! And they've moved out front here in the 4th. When you dream of these scenarios, you never think the touchdown comes with 28 seconds left. It's always 3,